Welcome to the Coffey Sisters YouTube channel.
If you only know us from Instagram or other places online, then you've seen the heavily filtered, photoshopped version of us. Consider this your invitation to the real, unfiltered Coffey Sisters YouTube channel.
We are 4 Australian sisters who have spent the last few years travelling Australia, surfing, fishing, camping, and basically exploring what Australia has to offer. We're excited to show you the raw dynamic of the sisters' relationship, all the behind the scenes of the fishing trips we go on, and they're quite the ordeal. We'll also be playing unscripted games, and you'll get all the goss of the past, present, and probably future.
Yeah. We're not here to be relatable. We're here to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly.
This channel is to showcase everything from mental health to addiction, to why we left the surfing industry, what we gained from it, and what we lost. We will also be talking about our websites, who in this group actually enjoys it, and who regrets it. For this first YouTube video, we are going to do a Q&A you guys have asked, and we're going to answer. So let's jump right on in.
Dive on in!
Dive on in, mate! Dive on in! Sorry.
So to begin, we're going to do a bit of an introduction for those of you who don't know us, and then we're going to get into the hard-hitting questions. I'll start. I'm holly-daze Coffey. I am 27 years old, and yeah.
My name is ellie-jean Coffey. I am 30 years old. I'm the eldest.
My name is Ruby Lee Coffey. I'm 25.
And I'm Bonnie Lou Coffey. I'm 22 years old.
And she's the baby of the
And I am baby.
Yeah, so between the youngest and the eldest is 7 years difference. I'm 30. She's 22, turning 23.
Mum and Dad just kept on going.
We also have a brother that's in between Ellie and I, who is 29.
4 girls, and then, Jackson's
It's not poor boy.
Yeah.
Just to answer that little question.
Yeah.
It's not poor boy. It wasn't that Mum and Dad kept trying for a boy. They got a boy straight away. They just
wanted perfection.
And they got it.
So now we're going to answer our sexuality, which is a really exciting one.
I'm straight.
I am bisexual.
I am a lesbian. And this is a big deal for me because I've been out to my family for a long time, but this is the first time I'm coming out to the public.
It's massive. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm a homosexual.
I'm a lesbian. It's like a gender reveal.
Yeah. I'm bisexual.
You're by yourself.
Happily by myself.
Who is in a relationship and who is not? I am recently single and my ex just texted me.
I am single as a Pringle. I have been single for 3 years now. I'm part of the 4B movement. If you know, you know. But yes, single, single, single. And I'm loving it. I'm not going to acknowledge that. I'm loving it. What's wrong with me? I'm single.
I'm single. She's single and ready to mingle.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyone wanting to hit up, actually all of us, I feel like, on
Not
Ellie. Not Ellie.
Unless you got
She's
money,
4B.
money, then don't talk to me. Don't even look at me.
The first time in quite a while that we've all been single together, so it's really
Yeah.
fun to talk about the girlies.
Very fun.
That's why we
Very-
have time to make a YouTube.
Actually,
Oh, that's so good.
A question I feel like we get asked a lot, even in person, is where are you from or where do you live?
Yeah.
And we never actually know how to answer it because we were originally born in Manly, Sydney, and then Mum and Dad moved us all in a caravan when we were all under the age of 8. We started travelling around Australia in a caravan and ended up at Crescent Head. We're at Crescent Head for another 6 years living in the caravan park there. After that, because of the surfing, we ended up moving up to the Gold Coast because that's where our jobs were, and we lived on the Gold Coast for the next 8 years. And then since then, we've just been going back and forth between East Coast and West Coast, so we pretty much live by coastal.
When was your last relationship?
Mine was about 6 months ago. Me and my ex-partner split because we just both had different ideas for our future and it wasn't linking up. We still have a really close relationship. He's one of my best friends. But yeah, that was my last relationship.
And he's a really good guy. Like, we're still good friends with him. My last relationship was 3 years ago, and I'm not joking when I say this. I was drunk for the entire relationship. So 3 years ago, I got sober, and I also got single because when I sobered up, I looked at this guy and I said, "Who are you?" What is that? What have I been dating?
It makes sense why you were drunk for like 3 years.
I'm so absolutely serious when I tell you, I got sober and I went, oh my God. It was legit a jump scare.
My relationship ended a year and a half ago. I was with a woman for 2.5 years on and off. It just wasn't meant to be. And so, yeah, but she's still someone very special to me.
Ruby's kind of a bit of a player.
She was. I was.
But
And then now I've grown up.
My last relationship ended about 4 years ago now.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah, it was like my first kind of serious relationship when I was 18, and I'm glad it's over. And it only lasted 6 months. Have you girls had any cosmetic surgery or tattoos?
I have had Botox, like all up here, and I got lip fillers about 3 years ago, and I'm honestly going to get them dissolved because I got a really tiny bit, 0.5 ml, but I don't like the way that they look, so I'm going to get them dissolved. And then I always get people like commenting, did you get a boob job?
I'm the opposite. I get told like every single day I need a boob job. I'm like, excuse me, and now you've gotten into my head, and I think I do need to get a like breast lift, and I'm thinking about getting it. But as of now, I haven't had any cosmetic surgeries, but I've had Botox in my brows to try and like lift them up and get that Bella Hadid thing, which doesn't work with Botox. Yeah, no, I haven't had any cosmetic surgeries yet. I'm not opposed to it. I had 2 shoulder reconstructions due to surfing, but they didn't make me look better. Ruby and Bonnie have kind of expressed to Ellie and I about getting Botox, but both of us have said, like, do not get it. You do not need Botox or filler in your early 20s. I don't even know if you need it in your 20s. There was a big thing about if you get it, you're using it for prevention when you get older, but
Yeah.
I completely disagree. It makes you look older. It's a waste of money, and, like, enjoy your youth. You look young and beautiful.
Look how old they look.
Any young girls watching, you don't need to get all that stuff. They just want to take your money.
And not that I care about people that get filler
No,
and
neither.
stuff, but I am glad that for some reason all of us stayed away from face filler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Holly said, me and Bonnie don't have any cosmetic surgery, but we do have a lot of tattoos. I've currently got, I think, 14 now.
Wow.
And each have a little representation of the family, which I love.
Ruby will do a whole tattoo tour because all of them are really meaningful and have like amazing stories behind them. I love your tattoos, so you definitely have to show everyone the meaning.
I actually have no idea how many tattoos I have.
I get them pretty spontaneously. I believe I have maybe 7. And the latest ones have been kind of bigger tattoos, so I'm definitely keen on getting more, even though a lot of people dislike them. I swear the other day, I was like, when I was getting all ready, and I'm like, where are you going? She's like, just getting a tattoo. Out of the house, and I feel like we're a little bit older, because Ellie and I don't have any tattoos.
Yeah.
If I had to get a tattoo, I get scared of having a freckle on my face. Like, the idea of just coming up with a tattoo on the day and then just going and getting one, like, actually gives me anxiety.
Me
but these
too.
girls are just like, yeah, no, I'm just going to get it. Like, drawing on my body.
I legitimately cannot commit to an outfit a day, let alone something on my body for the rest of my life. Like, that is so brave to me that you guys are like, I am okay with this. It's amazing. I wish I could be more like that.
No, me too.
Having said that, each time you guys get a tattoo, I'm like, oh, maybe I should get one. Maybe a coffee cup would be so amazing.
I know.
The
It
full
seems
thing.
like they're a little bit addictive.
They are. They
Yeah.
definitely are.
They say that once you get your first one, you're going to get addicted.
Yeah.
And Ellie's got an addictive personality. So she needs to stay away from tattoos.
Stay away, God. Could you
That's
imagine?
so good.
So the question that we got quite a little bit was, why do you Photoshop? And this is actually something that I'd love to talk about. For me personally, which I think kind of trickles along, when I was in the surfing industry, they Photoshopped my body so often. They actually even Photoshopped my birthmark out of like every single photo. So I just thought it was a very normal thing, being like 14, 15 years old and seeing myself look half the size that I was.
After knowing that it was kind of normalized at a young age that you photoshopped, I remember going on like PicMonkey, which is a website that you have to search on Safari to find, and it's a whole ordeal to bloody Photoshop. And I was 12 photoshopping myself. So when you're doing it at such a young age, it becomes normalized because then, you know, Facetune came out, FaceApp came out, Beauty Up came out, And then it's advertised to us online to Photoshop, especially with AI and everything now.
Yeah.
That it's really hard to unlearn it. And for us girls, we created an image through Photoshop that we couldn't even uphold ourselves, which is a big reason why we wanted to start this YouTube, to show who we really are, what we're really like. And it's not just the Photoshop photos you see of us online.
100%. It really created a problem. Like it's something we are accountable. Want to be accountable for, because it's not a good thing to show young girls a certain image of what we look like.
No, for
and
sure.
We're not looking like that ourselves.
I think that there's such a thing with beauty standards, and like what you said with magazines or photo shoots. Like, we've been doing photo shoots for a very long time, and they edit your bodies, and you get this photo back, and you're like, I don't remember looking like that. And so with photoshopping, we are part of the problem with photoshopping our own photos and creating this perfect image that other girls can't live up to, and that we can't even live up to.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something moving forward we are changing and implementing, so that it is just the real us on YouTube and on Instagram. One of the questions we got was, how do you deal with hate comments? And me personally, I look at a comment from John 2440, and he's written, you're a disgusting, and I sit there and I cry my eyes out. I usually pick something up and throw it, smash it. I spend all day thinking about John 2440's comment. When I get in bed at night, I'm thinking, John 2440 doesn't like me. I toss and turn in my sleep. I don't sleep. I wake up the next day. I don't know how to handle it. It's crippling. Like, are you actually kidding? Like, no, we get so many hate comments. It's like, they're funny. You've got to be more original, because people are writing, you're this, you're this, it's like, can you be more creative? If you want to write hate comments, actually be funny. Self-respect. The word self is there. So that's me. You can't determine that.
No, I totally agree. I think for me, the only time I get upset about hate comments is usually when they're commenting on the girls' post, because I feel so defensive of them that I want to, like, fight with these people online. Not that I do, but, like, mentally, that's probably the only time that it upsets me. But as for getting hate towards myself, I know who I am. I'm comfortable with who I am and what I'm posting, so I'm fine with it.
The way I feel is that it used to really bother me when I was younger, because obviously we've been doing social media since I think I was about 12. When you're getting these comments from people and they're endless, and, it did make me question myself and, like, made me insecure. But I have such a great support system with the family and the girls, and they all go through it. We've been able to go through it together. It kind of helped me realize whose opinion matters most to me. I can control how it affects me.
I find with the hate comments, it's usually about, like, my body or the photo itself, but I don't care. I am very happy with my body and, like, me as a person. It doesn't affect me at all. Plus, I hardly read them now.
I will also say that we get a lot of hate in person
Yeah.
from people that we know, and we've had to confront them in person. So when we get hate online, that's very minimal to us, because we're used to having to confronting fully grown men, friends, and whatnot when we're out.
Yeah, 100%. They'll have a few drinks and they have the actual
confidence,
audacity to come up and be like, oh, what do you think about fucking that? And it's like, mate, literally, you are. And I look at my face. Look at my face.
And then 2 seconds later, they'll ask for a free subscription on the website.
Literally every time.
The guys
who hate the most and write the most horrible comments are the guys who are begging for free subscriptions.
And on the note of the website, we get asked questions about that all the time. And, we all have very mixed feelings about it. The way that I feel with it is it's sort of like a deal with the devil. Like, how much is your self-respect or your mental health worth for money? Although I do get a lot of benefits out of the website, and I'm grateful for those, the cost of my mental health and how I felt about myself during those years, it was too much of a price.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And I think also our core beliefs and our core values, which we all very much similarly share, was opposing those core values. So it's a very hard thing where we've had to go, okay, this is conflicting, but look at the price, look at the cost, the payout.
Yeah.
So I think, especially as feminists moving forward, is something we are aware of, and it's just something we're kind of dealing with day to day.
When we got into this industry, I don't think we understood how mentally challenging it was going to be and how much you had to give up of yourself. And I know that's a little bit ridiculous saying, because now that we're on the other side of it, it's so obvious. But I definitely wouldn't want anyone to get into the industry if you're just doing it for money. I remember that's why we got into it, because when you get that first paycheck, it's like, oh my God, it's life-changing. But how much is your soul worth, really? How much is it worth? And I wouldn't recommend anyone doing it unless you really love your job, like anything. You do not get into an industry unless you love it, because it will make you miserable.
Personally, I will always have an appreciation for my website, because, as Holly said, we didn't have a lot of money at the time, and it did change my life in such a crazy way. But I definitely agree that it is really hard mentally. But for me, the website changed my life in so many ways.
A question we get a lot is, why did we leave the surfing industry?
Because it was toxic. And we will do a whole video exposing and doing a huge deep dive on why we left, and you guys will understand.
That industry made an absolute mess of 2 young girls. I'm glad we actually made it out alive. But that video is for a whole nother day, because we're going to deep dive into everything about that industry.
Yeah. It was brutal.
What's everyone's 5-year plan?
My 5-year plan, well, in 5 years, I'll be 30. So I just want to enjoy my 20s right now.
I think this question is just to attack
I'll be 20, so I just want to enjoy. I'll be 30, so I just want to enjoy my 20s. And, you know, I'm not looking for a relationship or anything like that. I just want to see more of the world and travel more. And, you know, I'm in a great position to be able to do that. So that's kind of what I want to do for the next 5 years. Explore.
Personally, I will be 27, so I hope that I have my driver's license.
Are you sure you'll be 27?
He ages them.
And I want to do some traveling overseas. I really hope that I find someone, like a partner or someone that I can connect with.
That's a nice vibe.
That's really nice, yeah. I want to be on a catamaran with my 80-year-old husband, sailing with you guys.
I love.
But when it comes to 5-year plans, I don't even know what I'm doing after this. So
That's so fair.
so
You're
fair.
not really someone that plans for the future.
I am not someone that a squirrel can plan better than me.
Literally.
I love
Literally.
Well, I came up with a 5-year plan when I was 20, and that went out the window. So I don't really like to properly plan, but if I was to say things I want to do, I want to get as much done as possible, whether it's fishing more, traveling more, surfing more, hanging out with the girls. I just want to really soak up this time in my life, because I know after 5 years I'm going to be looking at settling down with a partner and having kids and doing all the boring stuff, and I just want to enjoy what my life is right now and being completely independent. But if a really hot guy comes around, hit me up. I'll chase you around the world.
Oh, I love that. Describe your perfect partner. 95 years old, on his deathbed, unwritten in his will, he is saying goodbye, my love. And
I love that you aged him 15 years.
I know, because he was 80 on my boat.
He was 80.
But
That's the second husband.
Yes, my second husband. I know right now my husband is in a meeting. He's so stressed out, and he's just doing so many bank finance stuff, and I love him for that. He's so bright.
My perfect partner is a woman who is ambitious and adventurous, and I like someone a little bit nerdy, kind of like me, you know.
Yeah.
I just want to have fun and talk Harry Potter and watch Star Wars and talk about superheroes and stuff. And
You are adorable. She really is.
I have a weak spot for girls with black hair as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There
But
you go.
no blondes. I got enough blondes in my life. Blondes
Understandable.
are not for me.
That's so fair.
My ideal person is they have to travel heaps, because I love my own time. So just a never baby that adores me, spends money on me, but also is never around.
I love that.
My ideal person would be family orientated And particularly with my family.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to be obsessed and have a friendship with everyone and, like, completely fit in to the family. They got to be tall.
Gotta be
Like,
tall.
it's annoying, I know, but, like, that's my superficial thing. You got to be tall.
My husband's not tall. He's literally like 5 foot. That bank account is tall.
Look-wise, athletic. I want athletic kids. So you got to be athletic, tall, and really family-orientated.
Yeah.
Love that. She's gonna have a bunch of athletes.
That's what I want. I just want a bunch of little kids that just want to, like, play sports all day.
Yeah.
So I want to be a soccer mom.
Yes.
I love that word. What is some red flags? What's some green flags in a partner? For me, a red flag is if you watch Andrew Tate. But if you're rich, I don't. If you like to spend money on me, then that's a green flag.
Yeah. At least you're honest. Anyone marries you. I don't know if anyone will. No, I'm kidding.
I have that many guys DMing me like, fly here, fly there, book your ticket.
If anyone marries you and then they say, oh, she was a gold digger, like, no shit.
At the same time, like, guys know that's a girl who knows what she's after. That's a girl who is worth that, and I know my worth. Because the thing is, I've dated that many broke guys where it's like I believed in love and I believed in, like, oh, this can work out. And it's, what the hell? What did I get from that? If you're going to break my heart, at least let's get a prenup and get this shit settled.
No prenup.
Yeah, I know.
My red flag for men is just when they don't like being around women. And, like, if you don't have any strong woman in your life, that worries me because I've got a lot of strong women in my life, and you got to be able to interact and get along with them and understand what it's like for women to go through the world. And if you don't get that, that scares me because we're half the population.
Yeah.
Go back to my red flag. I
Sure.
feel like I got another red flag. If they play golf.
Oh,
yes.
No, you're right.
I have a thing for guys that play golf, and not professionally because then you're getting paid to do it. But if you're just doing it for fun to get away from your missus, red flag.
Odd.
My green flag is probably I just want someone to be able to pamper me and look after me. I'm a very strong, intense character day to day, but, like, if I'm just with somebody and they can make me feel, like, feminine and, like, soft, that would be a green flag in a guy.
That's my answer too. Because that's how I feel.
My red flag for women is when they're overly insecure. Like, they ask you if they look good in an outfit, and you're like, yeah, you look good, and then they constantly just like, no, I don't look good, I don't like this, and it's like the lack of acceptance when I compliment you.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
It's like you build your worth based off what I say, and it's like, no, don't, do you.
Yeah.
I love you, and I will love you for that.
Yeah.
If you come out and you say, oh my God, I look so hot in this, I'd be like, oh my God, yeah,
Right.
you do look so hot in that.
So confidence is like what?
Confidence is, So it's kind of both my red and green flag.
Yeah.
Like, insecurities is my overly insecurity, or maybe can't take a compliment is my red, and confidence is my green.
My red flag is when they don't find me funny.
Oh,
That's so fair.
I like, a big part of my personality is I really like to make people laugh, and that makes me have a good time.
And she is very funny.
And people that don't laugh with me, I just instantly I don't want to be around them.
Yeah.
And my green flag is probably someone that can take a joke and kind of roll with the punches. My life is a little bit chaotic with moving around so much. So someone that can adapt to that situation and, take on control, that is definitely a green flag.
Have you ever had your heart broken?
No, but I have broken
You
plenty of hearts.
stole my line.
During my youth, my 20s, I was just I was all over the shop. So relationships didn't really, they weren't very stable. They were very toxic. And look, I've never cheated unless they cheated first. I want to put that out there right now.
No one's saying you cheated.
I know, but look, I've done a lot of cheating. So yeah, look, I've never had my heart broken, but I definitely am a bit of a heartbreaker. What can I say?
I have had my heart broken before, but it's not just the heartbreak that hurts. It's more the whole life that you create with that person, and the reality that you're living in just completely crumbles in front of you. I became such a shell of myself, and I was so lucky that I was surrounded by these girls that helped me get out of it, because once you're out of it, it's so easy to see how much better your life is without that person. But when you're in it, you're really in it and it's hard to see the next day.
Holly has done a tremendous job at getting herself out of that, and it was really hard to watch.
Yeah.
It was really sad.
I
really
think
hard.
my heartbreak was a little bit seeing Holly go through that.
Do you know what?
Yeah, broke my heart a bit.
Yeah, that if I've ever had my heart broken, it was watching you get your heart broken.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah, we could honestly do a whole video about it. We won't, but it was very, very brutal.
Yeah.
It was tremendously brutal. Someone asked, have you had any life-changing experiences?
So my life-changing experience was coming out as a lesbian. You know, yeah, when I was younger, I grew up very homophobic because I had a lot of these mixed emotions inside of me and things that I couldn't quite comprehend. And so when I was about 15, 16, I came out as bisexual to my family because it was like, you know, that little stepping stone for me to test the waters, you know, see how they reacted. And my family have been nothing but supportive of my journey, finding out who I really am. And when I moved to Sydney, you know, I was on the dating apps and I just switched it to girls. And it was a night that I was with Holly and Bonnie and I sort of said, hey, I think that I might just be a proper lesbian. And they were like, yeah, that makes sense to us. And they're like, you didn't know?
Yeah.
We all knew.
We all knew.
But
Who told you?
who told you? But yeah, it's been amazing having the support from my family. And honestly, I think some people like me better now that I'm a lesbian. But it has been life-changing, really accepting myself. I think that was the hardest part. You know, you guys accepted me, but I couldn't accept myself.
Yeah.
But I
And-
think people like you more because it's
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's you.
But also, yeah, now I love me, and that's why doing this and coming out like on a platform is really important to me.
It's so huge.
It's more acceptance for me than anything else of saying, yeah, this is who I am.
I love that. It literally makes me want to cry. I'm not crying. It's cry of everything. But I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I was going to say the surfing industry in itself. That
Yeah.
was life-changing. But that's for another video, as we've stated.
I think when I turned 18 and started the website, it was absolutely life-changing. Not only was I a young adult, but now I had moved to Sydney, had money, and trying to figure that out was life-changing.
I think that my life-changing event, and this is actually kind of hard to say, and it like hurts my heart a lot. I had a friend that passed away, and that was just horrendous going through that and you don't really ever get over it. You just learn to live with it. And I think that was actually the hardest thing I went through in my life. I was already in such a low place, and then the person that I was relying on to help me get through it unexpectedly passed away. And yeah, so that was a life-changing, but it's unfortunate that anyone has to go through grief like that. I know it's
You
really
okay?
sad and dark.
I'm not okay. I'm crying. Do you have
Do you want to take a minute?
I'm so proud of you.
About it.
Hang on. Ow!
Some people deal with emotions by crying. Some by a dog.
I'm really proud of you.
Okay.
All right.
Next question.
What's something you want people to know about you?
Oh, I am kind of...
Are you gay?
I'm going to say that to you.
Every question, every answer is going to be I'm a lesbian. No, but I'm actually kind of like a bit of a nerd. I can go into deep dives on Harry Potter, Marvel, DC, Star Wars. I am obsessed. I'm on the fan pages. I'm looking up theories. I love it.
Yeah, she's a huge nerd, and it's absolutely adorable. You've just read ACOTAR.
Yep.
She's going to the ACOTAR ball.
Yep.
Like,
I love
she's...
my fantasy books. Every day I'm waking up to Holly. I'm telling her a new fan theory. I'm like, hey, have you heard this? This makes sense to this mystical book that's got nothing to do with reality.
I love it. I would love for people to know, and I think that you will get to kind of see this throughout the series. Obviously, I'm very blunt, but it's kind of my humour. I have quite a dry sense of humour. So I do use a lot of sarcasm, and I also, as a person, have lived quite an interesting life. And I wouldn't say crazy. I'd use the word maybe passionate or theatrical, dramatic. Yeah, so I'm just quite a character.
Something that I want people to know about me is that I have Invisalign this year.
Oh.
I was bullied online for my snaggletooth for my whole life.
Yeah.
And now I finally am getting Invisalign. I'm going to have straight teeth. So every time that I have a lisp in a video, it's because I've got my Invisalign in.
Something I want people to know about me is probably that I'm a bit of a homebody. Like, I basically just hang out with these girls and chill by myself. I really enjoy my own time reading books, just watching TV.
It is very hard with the family when we have friends outside of the group because, you know, if one of them is fighting with one of us, they're fighting with all of us.
They're fighting with all of us, yep.
So it's easier just to keep our circle small. We've also had a lot of people burn us over the years, and it takes a while to warm up to people, especially for me. I come across very cold and judgmental, but really it's my way of protecting myself to make sure that you're a safe person to be around my family.
What's your funniest drunk story?
Oh, I have one. When I first moved to Sydney, my best friend Lily lives here, and she's like, let's go out for a girls' night. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. I don't drink that much. Everybody knows that. Like, 2 drinks gets me wasted. And we went out to the city, her and a friend, and they had booked like all of these places that we could go afterwards, like all the clubs and stuff. I was like, sick. We go and we're doing shots of tequila. Tequila wrecks me, so I'm doing shots going, oh, I'm so glad I know it. We go and get these massive frozen margarita drinks, and I'm drinking and going, oh my god, we're gonna live. We go outside to have a cigarette break, and I'm smoking. We're all smoking
A cigarette.
Yeah, we're all
Ruby went
smoking.
to a smoking stage. A cigarette smoking stage.
Yeah.
She used to roll them.
Like, we're going out the back, we're having a cigarette, and we're going back into the club, and the fella stops me and he's like, hey, like, how much have you had to drink? At this point, I pretty much only had like 4, but for me, that's like
A
10.
lot.
So he's like, no, I don't believe you, like, you can't come back in. And I was like, whatever. Go over to a corner in front of everybody, put my hand on a wall, and just start throwing up in the middle of Sydney, just like, Lily's watching me, everybody's watching me. It's daylight saving, so it's like, it's nighttime, but like, it's still daylight. And I turn back to it, and I'm like, all right, let's go to the next club, because I wanted to show up on my friend. And, and you did. Every club kicked us out.
Was meeting these new people for the first time, supposed to be doing like a good impression, and we got to commune. It was like a Thursday, so there was like nobody there, and there was 2 people waiting in line. I walked up to the security and I was like,
Oh my god.
excuse me, I'm a coffee, you need to let me in right now. And that is like, yeah, no worries, there's just 2 people in front of you, can you just wait? And I was like, I don't wait in lines. And that is like, why should we even let you in now? You're just being and I'm like, no, I'm a coffee. The people I'm with are so embarrassed that it's like, who the hell is this girl? So we walk in, the club is so dead because it's Thursday, and I walk up to the bar and I'm like, I need commune cash, I don't pay for drinks here. They're like, yeah, Holly, we know, like, here you go. And then I'm like to my friends, I've got 3 drinks for us. The drinks were $5. Oh, I thought I was special that night. That's more of an embarrassing story than funny, but the entitlement, Jesus.
It is funny.
Okay, so I was dating this guy. I used to, at like 5 o'clock in the morning when I was still drunk, he would be asleep. He'd have to wake up at like 6. I'd call up his boss and be like, sorry, Darcy can't come into work because he's going to hang out with me for the day. That's not even the embarrassing part. That's just what I used to do.
I remember this.
Anyway, I was hassling my boyfriend that night, and I was like, hey, can you like go take me to 7-Eleven? I really, really need cigarettes. And he was like, no, like I have work in the morning. So I pissed him off so bad. He left my house. I downloaded Tinder.
Oh no, this is so
I don't drive. So like matched with every single guy and then just texted, can you drive me to 7-Eleven? Can you drive? So eventually, like not too long, the guy's like, yeah, sure, I'll drive you to 7-Eleven. So I get in his car, and the whole time I just keep repeating to him, if you're a serial killer, I'm a serial killer. I will you first. It freaked him out so much. After getting the cigarettes from 7-Eleven, I was like, so where are we going here now? And he was like, I'm just going to drive you back, because he legitimately was afraid of me. Like, he thought I was going to do something.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah, no, it's just like a casual Friday for me. So he dropped me back off, and like as I'm getting out of his car, stumbling with like a cigarette lit in my mouth, I'm like, you better not be a serial killer. I'll come after you. And he was just like drove off, and I cannot imagine the next day him doing that to his friend. The problem with me is I don't get embarrassed that often, so I'm just sort of like, you know,
Ellie has the JoJo Siwa effect where she doesn't feel embarrassment, and it is the best thing she has and the worst thing.
Yeah.
Because I've been embarrassed for you
Yeah.
seeing you drunk, but I don't think you feel it. I actually have another story.
Yeah.
Before I was dating my ex-boyfriend, we were like obviously getting to know each other, and we were staying on a beach somewhere, and the boys went out fishing all day, and so I was on the beach and I was like having a few drinks and I was trying to impress him, so I like put on this really cute white dress. None of you were here. Did my makeup at the beach, so like I'm trying to look good for him. He knows this.
Yeah.
And they all come in from fishing. And all these three boys are standing around. I've gone to hop out of Dad's car and I've missed the step and I face planted into the sand with my full makeup in front of Matt. And he was the only one who was like, oh my God, are you okay?
Oh my God.
And the other boys were just laughing. It was the most embarrassing thing. Like, I was like, I'm going to look so good for him. Like, this is so
Were you drinking by then?
Yeah, I was drunk. Like, no, you don't understand. I was trying to make a good impression.
I love it.
He
I
still
love
fell in
it.
love with me. We had a great relationship. I feel like everything I do embarrassing is when I'm drunk, which is why I don't drink anymore. But anyways, I went on this group trip with a bunch of people I didn't know, and we were up at Avalon, and so we were all sitting outside playing drinking games and whatever, and I was pretty drunk at this point anyways. I don't know these people well at all. Like, I'm just getting to know them. Anyways, I get up to go to the fridge to get a drink, and as I'm strutting away with a full face of makeup on, just bam, straight into the glass. They literally all turned around and started laughing at me. To make it worse, there was a makeup imprint on the glass that they kept for the rest of the weekend. And I had to laugh it off. I had to laugh it off like I wasn't bothered, and I was so embarrassed for, again, the whole weekend. I never showed my face. What has been the best fishing trip? Mine has been me and my ex, Matt. We did a solo trip out to, and it was so magical. Like, we had like a tent on the beach and we had all fairy lights set up. And then the next day it was a red sunrise. We went out, went fishing, caught everything that we wanted, and then we got both a massive GTE.
My best fishing experience was I went out with Dad. They were going on about how they hadn't really caught many fish recently, and then I got a wahoo. It was my first wahoo, and it was the first wahoo of like that particular trip too. And I was like, "It's me, you guys! I did it!" I was so proud of me.
I think the most recent trip that I just did was my favourite because I was on the boat for the longest time that I had been on the boat, and the first cast or the first drop that I did, I got 2 red emperors.
Yeah.
So that was definitely my best fishing trip. And I got 2 red emperors
On one jig.
yeah.
Once Dad and I were on the ski and he caught a red, and then you were on the other boat, so I said, give me the rod so that I can put it back in and then wheel it back up. So I did it, and I was like, Holly, look, I got a red. And yeah,
I was cheering.
it
I
was
was like,
a lot.
no way!
Yeah.
You got a red.
But honestly, my best fishing experience, Dad and I had been at, we were at for about 2 weeks, and everyone else on the boat, we were on the jet ski and we weren't getting anything. We were just on the ski and like doing casts, we weren't catching anything. So we were like, all right, we've been here for a few hours, let's go in. On our way back in, we suddenly kind of stopped and we looked down, and there were just, I thought they were sharks at first. They were so huge. They were wahoos and they were everywhere. Dad threw the line out, hooked onto it. As he's hooked onto it, I'm like using the jet ski to like try and help him with the whole thing. This 8-foot tiger shark comes up, circles the ski. I'm like panicking because I'm like obsessed with sharks, but also like this thing might eat the wahoo. And then he like, it's like a 20-minute struggle. He gets the wahoo in. We pull this wahoo over onto the ski. In itself, that was so difficult because like the ski, yeah, it was massive. It was bigger than like the ski almost. Not bigger than the ski, but it was a struggle.
Big. It was
yeah. After we caught it, we just zoomed right back out to where Jackson and Holly were to show it off.
And we got photos of it from ours. And then Ellie and Dad went in and they had to get all the slime off them. So they're in the water, like getting the slime off them and everything. And in that area, there's sharks that literally beach themselves. Like, they're everywhere in the shoreline. They don't usually attack humans, but you never know. So Ellie and Dad are covered in slime and they've washed their bodies off. And then me, Jackson, came in and I had to jump off the boat and swim into shore. So I've jumped off the boat, grabbed my stuff, and I'm trying to swim into shore. Next minute, Mum's running up the beach screaming at me, and I've realised there's sharks in the water. I have a near panic attack because I'm like, I'm going to get eaten by a shark. I'm in like this deep water and I'm trying to swim. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I got to the beach and I started crying. I thought I was dead.
Oh
I
my
was like, I'm going to
gosh.
get eaten by a shark.
Worst fishing experience. Mine is so superficial. So I was at the Kimberleys with Holly, Dad, Jackson, and we weren't getting that many fish, but Holly was getting so many GTs on this trip, right? It was insane. And I got my first GT. It was like a baby one. Like, it was like that big, a tiny little thing, but it was my first one. So I was like, Dad, look, I got a GT. At the same time, Holly just hooked onto a massive one. And that's like her 5th or 6th one of the day. And I was like, okay, great. Thanks, Holly. I just wanted to be here. That's what it was.
I could swear
so many.
that is literally every one of my worst fishing trips. It's just because Holly is always catching a massive fish and I can't get one. That's why I literally put the red emperor back in the water because I'm going to just show off in front of you.
Holly, look.
I will say though, I put in a lot more effort with
Yeah.
fishing. If I'm out on the boat, I'll fish all day. So
Yeah.
I would hope that
you're
catch fish.
She's showing us up.
My worst fishing trip was we went out to this island. So we went out with these 2 guys and I didn't know them very well. I get on the boat and all of a sudden this guy is so aggressive. I'm like, what's his problem? Maybe he's just nervous. No, I'm stuck out there for 10 days. I was just popping down and trying to deal with them because I was like, I can't be out here. Poor Steph had a breakdown. I had to like scream at this guy because I'm like, you can't talk to women like that. Would you talk to your mum like that? And I'm out in the middle of nowhere with no reception. Don't know this guy.
And you're on a boat. You want to make women feel safe.
Steph and I had to drive Jackson's boat out in the ocean when there was swell and wind and it was proper dangerous. 100 kilometers offshore driving just because we were so uncomfortable to be on the boat. What is your favourite era of your life?
2016, I think.
Wait, no, I was going to say that.
I know,
Really?
me too. Literally.
Yeah,
What?
me too.
That was a really good year, though, wasn't it?
We
Yeah.
were living in Como and our parents had just moved out and I feel like the girls ran wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
music was good. That was like the best summer. I
Yeah.
feel like the surf was even really good.
I know.
Yeah, like,
There was something in
something
the
in
air. Literally, there was
Just-
something in the air that year. I believe our best era is 100% yet to come. Like,
No.
I think it's going to be 2025.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Who do you think will have kids first?
I don't think it's going to be me.
I kind of think it's going to be me too.
I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be you.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm gonna have kids at all.
No, that's fair.
I feel like when you're 22, no one thinks they're going to have kids though.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
30
like,
and I don't think I'll
already had,
Yeah.
we've already had such a big family, and like, there's gonna be a lot of kids anyway. So can I just be a good auntie?
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to be like an
You know?
auntie that's like the cool aunt, like with the...
See, I feel like that's going to be you.
yeah.
Because you're like
Yeah.
30 and you
Yeah.
don't want kids. But I'm like,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do. Because
I'm-
I don't want kids either, but I can see myself being like a stepmom to a guy who is a billionaire.
I want to have like a basketball team. I want so many babies. If my body can handle it, I'm just going to be popping them out left, right, and centre. Once I start, I'm not going to stop. I love growing up in a big family. So for me, it makes sense to have a big family.
I'm going to have lots of kids, but each and every one of them is going to very much be a choice. There's going to be no accidental situations
course.
happening. So I don't think it'll be me. I still need to find a partner.
Yeah. But I think Holly will have children.
Yes,
first.
Holly first.
But not in the near future because I feel like I still have a lot of learning and growing and self-love to do that I'm not ready to give up this lifestyle that I'm living right now.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah.
But when I am,
I think we should...
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Be one of those women that's like pregnant for 10 years.
Who out of us lot is the closest? I would say them two have a very special relationship, and then we did so much traveling together. Well, she stuck with me. Basically stuck with me.
I think Ellie and I have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah,
She loves
I
me
love
and I
her.
hate
She hates
her.
me. No,
Ellie and I, are, particularly as we've gotten older,
No,
because we're both
yeah.
old, unlike you two, we are...
That's not a claim.
It's because we're mature
Self-love.
and experienced.
Our frontal lobe has developed.
My frontal lobe developed this
So-
year.
I think that... I mean, we're all super close. We
Yeah.
all go to each other for different reasons. We're all close, but I would say if it was anything, it'd be Ruby and Bonnie. They have literally been like this their whole entire life.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I was going to say, like, when we were growing up, we've got an age difference, but, like, it's not that big. When we're growing up, you sort of, with your friend groups and stuff. Now that we've gotten older, I feel like we're really close together.
Yeah.
Like, you and I have been spending so much time together.
I agree.
And you, Ellie.
And you, Ellie. No, we love Ellie.
If you have to say out loud, no, we love Ellie, that means that you're like the problem child. Like, clearly. And I'm the eldest. I mean, just set a good example.
Ellie is the problem child, but we all accept and love her for that.
Yeah. Look, and you'll get to understand that.
Ellie has the biggest highs
and the lowest lowest.
That's okay.
But, you know, I think I've gotten better with therapy and, like, you know, it's just, I have a lot of trauma. Look,
who will get married first, do we think? I don't know. I feel like I could get married.
No, you aren't. That is true.
I feel like it could be Ruby.
Like, I feel like I'm that kind of person who, like, when I know, I am locked in, you know? And I may not have... Yeah, U-Haul, yeah. I might not have the kids first, but I think getting married, I might be first.
Yeah.
If I can find a partner.
I think it's either between you or Ellie, because Ellie does want, like, I think if she finds that billionaire old guy,
I want to
she's locking that down.
Yeah, she's locking it down.
100%.
But yeah,
it's like whether I'm willing to sell it, because I'm already talking to like lots of guys who have lots of money and want to fly me out all these places, but it's like, no, I want to be here. Like, you've got to bring your boat to Sydney. I'm specifically talking to you. I'm not going to fly there.
Oh, Ellie. What is your bra size? We're not answering that because that's a ridiculous and insane question to ask somebody. Who do you think you are?
If you are us, then you'll know.
Thank you so much for joining us on our very first YouTube. These will be coming out weekly, and we're very excited to bring you along the journey, get to know us better. If you have any questions, we will most likely do a Q&A in the future. But for now, thank you very much.
Like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.